Well, hello everyone.
To the
podcast.
podcast.
I don't know how to react. This is our first time being live in a really long time. Like we are not only like this isn't we're live.
Oh, we are?
Anything.
Right, I forgot. Yeah. We're doing that.
So I'm just a little nervous because we haven't done this in a while.
It's the same thing we always do. Only more people have access to it a day earlier. It was same channel, same audience. It's exciting, is what I meant to say.
Yay! Hello everyone, welcome to the episode of the Capcom Podcast. I'm Cameron.
I'm Justy. That's me.
Thank you, Spank.
And yeah, it's an Oscar-tastic episode today, gang. How y'all feeling?
Anxious and sad.
To be honest, I'm over the Discord around this Oscar season, so I'm ready for it to be over.
More than you were this time last year?
Yeah.
I thought last year's was an uglier Oscar discourse than this year's was. To be honest with you,
was it though?
Where do y'all get your
AI
discourse?
Stuff with the Brutalist?
I don't know.
Then Demi Moore with that whole drama that the stuff came back to light 20 years later. I just feel like this year was you had the BAFTAs incident, and then basically it's basically a proxy war between that one battle or Sinner's is going to win at the end of the night.
It's just
and then the Josh Safdie
bots
stuff.
Arguing with other bots about the movie. Neither of them will recognize any of the merits of the other film, and you're either all in on Sinners or you're all in on One Battle, and it's not even really about the movies themselves anymore, but what their movies represent.
But when has it been,
What?
When has that not been the case?
I don't know. Maybe
when I was a kid and wasn't paying attention to discourse, the discourse was better.
I'm just old and tired.
Yeah, but I'm really excited for tonight. Conan O'Brien hosting for second time.
He's a funny man. I'm excited. I forgot it was him, and then I found out yesterday it was him again, and I was like, yippee. Oscars I'm good with. So there's a lot of good and bad going on right now. The negative is I forgot we were potting today because I've just been all over the place. And I didn't watch the movie, and it's a favorite of mine. And I'm gonna feel so embarrassed not being the incredibly well-educated person on the thing I'm talking about that I normally am, because it's been a couple years since I've seen it, and I'm feeling really upset about it. But I did get a fidget slider in the mail, so it kind of balances out. So I think I might be okay, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to watch as many clips as reminders as possible before we get started. But now we're live, so it's a little late on that. But luckily, everyone else has watched it very recently and is very well versed on the matter.
I don't know about you guys. I watched it.
Oh yeah, I watch this film all the time, as you guys know.
When's the last time you saw the film, Jack?
Real staple. I don't know. I think I watched it last year. I did mean to watch it this week. I got caught up. I went to a concert last night, and then I didn't watch it during the week. And I remember the film, and now, here's what's going to happen. And since normally I would have just watched it and destroyed it, right?
Right, yeah.
Now, what I'm going to do is really just talk about what I liked about it today and some of the things that I remember liking. And we're just going to stay positive, because I'm here complaining about the Oscar discourse, but I'm just so negative all the time. So maybe, it's got to start.
I'm glad the main reason why I chose this was so that we had a heated podcast. Now that this is the week where Jack goes, we're going to be positive this week.
Wait, Jack, if you want to get heated, Cameron's opening up the door for you, and I'll just watch.
I'm opening up the door. I am
each other apart.
Cam, we need you. We need you to be you. But now, Justin, hear me out here.
Okay, yeah.
You kind of tell us what you didn't like about the film or how the film could have done better, and I'll take the other side. I'm just kidding.
But you see, Jack, I
that being
can't. 'Cause it's
said,
perfect.
Justin,
All right,
what's the
you've done
movie
it.
that we're watching this week?
Now I'm back to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I was waiting
Justin,
for, baby.
tell me, Justin, what's the movie that we were watching this week?
We were talking about everything, everywhere, all at once. Maybe, and I think Jack will agree, the greatest Best Picture winner at the Oscars ever. Maybe.
No, we
I
already
think
did
we
that
can all at
pod.
least
It was
agree.
No Country for Old Men.
I think
that's
the
good. Ooh,
best picture of at least the 2020s.
No Country for Old Men. And
That's
then
not
probably,
the 2020s. Fun
and-
fact: No Country for
and-
Old Men did in fact not come out in the 2020s.
Oh, 2020s. What is it? So we have 5 of them to choose from now, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't.
I
think
would say
really
this, and I love Parasite. I think this film is better than Parasite.
It's nowhere. All right, guys. I was gonna try to be nice. I was going to try and come in.
we don't want that. We literally don't want that.
Well, we have
literally
a guest, guys.
said.
Yay!
Actually, real quick. Remember when we watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, the movie about the Chinese immigrant family who runs a laundromat, and then they get audited, and then they have to go, and then everything kind of gets crazy after that.
I think I fell asleep in that though.
Yeah, she fell asleep in that. Anyway, that's a review.
Yay! Woo, 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 woo.
I fall asleep in a lot of movies.
She does.
I think I was pregnant.
Jackie fell asleep during.
That's valid. You know what? I will take that.
So me and Jackie's first date was to see the Grand Budapest Hotel, which could have won Best Picture in my opinion over Birdman, but that's neither here nor there.
I think it should have won Best Picture over Birdman, but that's different.
Oh wow, Cameron. So, but Jackie.
Show them your magnet?
So I have the ticket stub from me and her going to see that movie, and 10 years later for our first anniversary for our wedding, I gave it to her as a magnet, the original ticket stub from our first ever movie.
You were the 10 years it took to get married.
Jackie, go grab that off the fridge. We got to get eyes on this thing. But anyway, moral of the story is I think she fell asleep in the theater for it, and then we watch it like every year on our anniversary, and she falls asleep still every year.
You mean Grand Budapest?
Yeah. So anyway, 10 out of 10 film. Would recommend. It's
So what I'm hearing is Everything Everywhere for you is a 10 out of 10 film, no notes, just like Justin and I feel.
no, I have plenty of notes.
What?
Yeah, well, because
But
like
Justin,
hear me out, guys. When your big thing about your movie is it's like googly eyes versus a bagel, that's where we're starting here. That's what this film breaks down to, right?
Yes.
Justin, why don't you tell us what this movie's about before that comment alone makes
It's a big question, Karen, because it's about a bit of everything. Everything everywhere all at once. Like Jack mentioned, immigrant family, that run laundromat. So what happens when in the midst of tax audit issues? Gosh, how do you start to explain it? The world of the universe begins to fall apart across dimensions, all centered around this one family. There's a force in the universe that is going around and wiping people out. We have our matriarch of the family who is invited by someone that she recognizes, but in an alternate dimension form, to begin dimension hopping. The concept of being able to tap into other versions of ourselves and their capabilities from other dimensions to be able to take on the world's greatest threats. What happens from there? We'll talk about it. There's so much to talk about. Like, I could take that summary from so many different angles, but
I mean,
it's
I
hefty.
laughed,
It's fun.
I cried, I loved.
Cameron cried, Jack, and you're gonna rag on this?
And loved, and I live, laugh, love. I watched this film again very late last night, thinking, man, last time I reviewed this film, it was 5-star. I gave it a 5 out of 5, and I was like, I rarely give films a 5 out of 5, right?
Right.
So he says, no way can it be that good. There's just no way.
I'm like, it should have been emotion. Like that, like for example, right? Last year I gave Elio a 5 out of 5. or Elio. I'm sorry.
That's
And
great.
like, do I like? And I think it's because I just like was in a moment where I really felt with that story, and so I feel like it just hit me that hard. And I was like, you know what? I remember seeing Everything Everywhere All at Once. I was in a small movie theater with my friend, and we did not expect to have that much of a fun time. And there was a light on in that movie theater the whole entire time that I forgot to turn off, but it didn't matter because we had so much fun.
Oh, that would've killed me.
They also forgot to make it original language the first time, so we started watching the movie in German, and then we all complained. So like, but and still, we had so much fun, and we loved it, and we came out of it, you know, both.
I guess
like,
for all those things to go wrong and you still to have that much fun, that does have to speak to the film's.
Yeah, and so I was like, but I'm like, guys, come on, it can't be that good of a film. Like, come on, like, yeah, it's best picture, but like,
There's no way.
and then I watched it, and I gave it a 5 out of 5 again.
Let's fucking go.
I truly think this is one of the best films of this current decade, maybe even of the century. I think it's so well crafted. Everything that comes, like the editing is like so brilliant in it. The acting is brilliant in it. The writing is so brilliant. The visual effects are so brilliant. I really have so much fun with this film. This is, I think, if you want to talk about a best picture film that brings every single piece of the filmmaking pie together, I think this is the film to watch as like a great example of what a best picture film should be. Yeah, Justin, what do you think?
I mean, I love this film. Since I first saw it in theater, since I first saw the trailer, I was pretty psyched for this one. Rare instance of me seeing a trailer for a non-franchise property, and I know nothing about it. That just the little teaser they show on screen. I'm like, I gotta see this. This looks really. This looks rad. It's a film that I think what I like in a lot of films is its ability to go really hard in the high concepts, let's get wacky direction, but tied together with just gallons and gallons of high emotion and big hearts and even to a schmaltzy degree. I'm down for that, and I understand if it feels like too much in any direction for any given person, but for me it's the extremes that really draw me in. I love these performances, I love these characters. I love the concept in the world that we get to play with. Anytime we're using fun abilities in this film, it is awesome. I love what they do in the special effects zone. I think it's a jam of a time. I love this movie. A fave, if you will. But Jack,
Also considered a fave.
lay it out for us.
No. I still love it, guys. I still love it. I'm still gonna be nice.
I don't want Jack. This is about being legit. So like you could say positives. You could say negative. What is your fullest?
It can't pick a lane, and this is why I don't think it had the same emotional impact on me that it did in Cam. Anytime like it starts to get serious, it gets like absurd, you know, and the whole movie is really like towing the line of absurdity and like what we can get away with, and a lot of it is really cool. But for me, the emotional side gets affected by that because it just takes me out, and like, oh, we're having fun, oh, we're trying to be serious, and so it's tough for me to get, I don't know, attached to what's going on, because in a lot of movies about nihilism, right? And a lot of times things that happen don't matter. So there doesn't seem like there's very high stakes or consequences for anyone, because I'm not going to say it, but there's something that happens, and then all of a sudden it's like we're back to where we started.
Well, we have opinions out there. I'm down to throw on the spoiler bar now.
Sure. I think
And
I'd
then
like
Justin, the first time something came out of my mouth that was almost spoiler, Justin's like, "All right, spam the spoiler bar, boys. Let's get this going."
Just hold on. But
I do want to say something to that comment, if that's okay, to what Jack made, which is, I feel the fact that this film is so absurd makes the moments when it's most grounded so much more powerful.
It's the
for
extremes,
me, that
right? The extremes
right, yeah.
bring the other side of the dichotomy.
It's like
out.
we have this like interdimensional fight that happens, and then it follows by Michelle Yeoh's character giving this heartfelt speech about, finding your way and, making mistakes and always being there. And I feel that the one really equals the other, it balances the other in a way where it's like they both become more powerful because the Daniels in this case know when to come in and give, or at least in my opinion, they mastered the art of coming into a moment and utterly nailing when it needs to be powerful versus when it needs to be funny. And I think that's why this film does so well for me on all these levels. Like, this could be a comedy. I wouldn't call it a drama, but it's an action film. Like, it brings so many hyphenates into it, but it does all of them in a way where they're all in service to each other instead of all in service for itself. And I think that's why I don't 100% agree with like picking a lane. It's like they all help each other out in bringing out the other part of that emotion. And at least that's what it brought out for me.
Yeah, not by that. I just and wait, spoiler bar's up, right? So I can just
say whatever.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just, anytime someone dies in a movie and then comes back, it's just tough for me.
Sure. I think it's an interesting concept because different media defines death in very different ways. There's some media properties where like death is the expectation and it just keeps happening, and maybe it gets you the first time, but it just keeps happening, and you're like, yeah, in this world, death is a thing. There's some media properties where death will happen once and is the most impactful thing in the entire world. Here they do try to get a little bit of both worlds here, where you have a bit of little impact in this case, but also the movie's like 2/3 of the way done. There's still a lot more to cover. I think to backtrack a little bit on what Jack said before the spoiler bars went up. I think the note about nihilism is quite interesting, being that I do think that come the end of the movie, it's about combating the nihilism.
Yeah.
So to say that, I'd like to hear more on what you're thinking there in terms of not being able to connect to these moments because nihilism. When I do think that a lot of those elements serve the point that we get to in the end and how we deal with the nihilistic feelings. But where you at?
Again, it's now you're right, because it's about finding the meaning in life, right? Because life has no meaning, or the universe has no meaning, or nothing has any meaning, right?
For what we make of it, baby.
So how are you gonna go about approaching that? And
Is that nihilistic?
Nihilism just means nothing matters. Everything's meaningless. So who cares?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that just means nothing matters. It just means
there's cynical nihilism and there's optimistic nihilism, because the optimistic nihilism will say nothing inherently matters. So what it comes down to is what you make of things. You as an individual make things matter. And that's kind of the solution come the end to combat the early cynical nihilism that's portrayed throughout most of the movie through Joy's various roles, various existences. Yes.
She was brilliant too in this film, by the way.
pretty wild where the yeah, but we could also get into the Oscar conversation since that's relevant this week, with Jamie Lee Curtis versus Stephanie Sue. But that's a fun can of worms.
I mean, it's hard because they just both were so deserved. I feel like all four of them were such like core. Like I think if there had been like
the four though, Jamie Lee was. I don't know if you say weakest, but she had such little screen time.
Right, the least impact out of
everyone.
Least impactful.
I mean, yeah.
There's a great word for it, Justin. It wasn't like the weakest performance, but it sure was the least impactful.
I think that, but I think a lot of it was her lifetime achievement.
Yes,
kind of Oscar too.
I know, but do we really need to be giving out lifetime achievement Oscars? Don't they do that anyway? Isn't there an actual
difference?
Lifetime?
There is a difference though between
I know there's a difference, but at some point it's like You know it. I know it. We're here talking about it.
100%. The Oscars are very
And it's not
retroactive
fair to
in their
someone else
Oscar
who maybe
awards.
had the role of their life and that was their one shot. And then now they never get nominated again, but they lost because Jamie Lee Curtis was due.
That's the way
that's so like, I don't know.
I think this would have been like looking at this year, that this year there's a new award that's being given at the Oscars, right? There's the casting awards this year. I feel this film would have done really well in that category. I think this film was a great ensemble piece too, where it's like all of them come together to bring out a performance that's better than the sum of its parts.
Yeah.
Brought Ke Huy Quan back to cinema.
That's true.
Unfortunately for the casting category this year, they botched it already. First year, they already blew it. Sentimental value, 4 characters nominated for leading and supporting roles, and it's not nominated for casting. It has the most nominees for acting. How can it not be nominated for casting?
That's a different. And meanwhile, I mean, we'll talk about that in a moment. But
it's a sham. The first one doesn't even count. Sad.
Sure. Yeah.
Sad.
But then why is Marty Supreme nominated? It's, with so many non-actors in it too. It's like, well, but I would say, I think that's also a category that's finding itself right now. It's new. Do you know how to? I mean, because it's not only about the main 4 casts. Sinners, you could have had a couple, like at least 3 other people nominated for Oscars in the acting category if you really thought about it. Right?
It may not guarantee you a win, but it should guarantee you a nomination.
Sure. But I mean, we can talk about that in a moment. But you
have the top 5 actors, supporting actor, and supporting actress.
But then, which one do you take off the list?
What do you mean?
Which nomination do you not give out?
Oh,
because I can make an argument for every single one of the 5 nominations that were given out for best casting.
Right, but you could probably make a stronger argument for Sentimental Value. And I don't even like the film. You like the film.
I did very much. Yeah. I just, when we're talking about the politics of nominating, it's like, well, what do I take out instead? And can I make the argument that maybe there's a couple of more?
Who are the 5 nominees? Let's talk nominees here. I'll go look it up.
This is Jack trying to ignore the Everything Everywhere All at Once conversation.
I'm ready to pull it back anytime.
Circling back to Jamie Lee Curtis, I promise.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
Sinners, One Battle, The Secret Agent, Marty Supreme, and I need a second because I forgot. And Hamnet.
You can get rid of The Secret Agent.
I think that's a phenomenal casting.
Yeah, but it was
it's just. I think it's phenomenally casted. So well casted. Everyone in there is so good. There should have been more given out. I would say you take out Marty Supreme out of that list.
Supreme too.
But yeah, back to Jamie Lee Curtis. Jack, go to tie in to Jamie Lee Curtis.
Her award was a sham.
All right, well said. If we're recognizing any performance from the film, like that's definitely not a priority one. But it's the lifetime of it all. What characters do we like most in this film? Go on, Jack. Who's deserving?
Short Round is my favorite, obviously. And then after Short Round, her dad.
That's true. He is funny too. He is so funny.
Short Round, and then her dad, and then I don't know, like the hillbilly at the washing place.
So you're not mentioning Michelle as part of the people that were amazing in this film? I thought she was tremendous.
She stresses me out.
Wait, say more, please.
She stresses me out. I mean, she plays like the perfect, mom who works a job and is an immigrant and is taking care of all these things and being pulled in all these directions, and she plays it so well, and it's just so, you watch it and you're just like, oh my god, you're stressing me out.
So we're saying that the performance is impressive, but the character is so stressful that it's hard to call the character a favorite.
There it is. Nailed it. God,
Cool.
you have such a way with words.
Oh, thank you. I write sometimes.
Those are my exact sentiments. It's
Then I would say that it's
impressive performance.
Perfect acting. It's a
No,
perfect
it is. It is. It's a great performance. But you just said what characters am I feeling? Not who was I most impressed by. Her role is fantastic, and the daughter does a good job too because she's like the evil. She
Jobu Tabuki.
Two really different characters. But her
every actor gets to play like a variety of versions of their roles, which makes
I like to think Short Round's always a secret agent in my head canon. And I will say, and that's a scene that's always stuck with me from the film, and it's like one of the first scenes.
Like on the elevator when he's
she had to go upstairs. They're still in the laundromat, and they had to go upstairs, and he's looking for the ticket, and you just see him on the screen.
That's a great scene.
Oh my god! And I had high hopes when I saw that. I was like, "Oh, this movie's gonna go crazy."
He turned back around, and he's just
was really cool
with the guy.
And you guys were making some points, and I do see it. I really do need to give it give it my full attention. Sit back down. But I remember that scene from our boy, and I was like, oh.
I also, the scene with the rocks is so funny to me.
I love the rocks.
It is. It gets me. It is one of those, like, it's both emotional and yet so funny that you're laugh crying.
It comes at a great time because it's amidst so much chaos, and it's a wonderfully funny but fitting breather bit amidst so much back and forth, and then suddenly rocks. Just be a rock, they say. And it's
Jack just being like, nah, that's not it. That's not.
I just remember. I remember seeing it, and I just remember being like, oh man, we're rocks now. What?
Rocks.
We're rocks now. Isn't it great?
None of this matters.
The conversations they're still having matter. Like they are still having like a thoughtful conversation, but it's presented in what is to me a very fun and whimsical manner.
You're telling me that there is no world
and I can't appreciate art.
Jack, are you telling me that there is not a world where we're all just rocks? You can tell me for certain that there's a world in where we're all just rocks. We're not just rocks. Like everything's just rocks.
I'm a rock. Are you there? Are we? Does this movie exist in this universe?
How does it get made in this universe? I'm so curious.
Is everybody rocks throughout the whole film, and then at one point they turn into humans?
That must be terrifying to look at. Yeah.
This podcast would be so much different if we were.
All you know is just amorphous blobs of like
just 3 rocks,
like gray, and then all of a sudden,
I will say, and this is something that like gets me like on first watch that I never really care about afterwards. Whenever projects that have like that work under like infinite universe theories do bug me in that way because my brain tries to comprehend like, okay, but in the hot dog finger universe, you're telling me that evolution began those many, millennia ago, whatever, centuries, somewhere between those two. And I know millennial work, but and they still evolved to be like the exact same people with the exact same personalities, generally interacting with the same people. I'm like, I guess technically infinite universes that happens, but my brain doesn't like it because the probability doesn't make sense, even though there shouldn't be probability taken into account. I don't like it. I hate it, but I try not to think about it.
Yeah.
I think it's brilliant. I love hot dog hands. I love the rip on 2001.
Yes, it's fun.
Yeah, I love the rip on 2001. I think it's so funny that there were apes. Was that 2001 or Planet of the Apes? I don't remember.
2001.
Why am I blanking now?
2001.
It's 2001, right? I'm not going crazy.
Yes,
the 2001 reference where the monkey with the hot dog hands kills the crap out of the regular monkey, and I'm like, this, I don't know where this comes from. I don't care. It is exactly the point of just like, this is the whimsy plus the fun that I wanted to see on this.
I'll be honest and say that
iconic.
if anything in the movie is not a 10 out of 10 for me, it's comedy doesn't always work for me. Like I sometimes the super silly elements of beats of comedy they don't all land for me. I'm trying to remember examples, but this is where me not watching the movie in a while is
I know. I would have had an example for you right now. I've been like, "Oh, you mean like this?" You would have been like, "Exactly."
Exactly.
But
I know when watching the movie, like there's some beats where I'm just like, I appreciate that they're going for something fun here, even if I'm not laughing. But I'm never taken out of the movie by the more like extreme zany comedy. It's so it has just so much of the joy from like late 2000s, early 2010s esque like YouTube like rocket jumpy kind of vibes. Like it's there's a unique special charm to it all. But the emotion stuff does always 100% hit for me. I don't think there's a single scene where the emotion that they're at least attempting to go for does not click for me. So at the end of the day, that's the kind of thing that matters to me most. But that's a me thing. That's a me thing. I love these guys.
I don't know.
Evelyn rocks. I love Evelyn being just the absolute worst version of herself in the entire multiverse. And that's what makes her great. She's not actually, but like she's basically told that at a point, and she has to deal with the emotional ramifications of that. And thinking about all the other worlds that she could have existed in, and how she feels like grass is greener on the other side. These are the better versions of her. She sees CEO Waymond's, and how the only thing in the entire world that he wishes for is that he could have had this nice, quiet, simple life with this person that he loves. Crazy. And they're like living in luxury, but like that all he cares about is the little things and doing laundry and taxes. I feel like that's everyone's favorite little bits right there. It's great. I love it.
What a great time.
Waymond is the hero.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's the best. He only wants the best for him and his family.
And one of the first scenes in the movie, I remember now because I was skimming through the movie like for 5 seconds before the podcast, but I remember how much I appreciate this. Is Evelyn while it's the same scene that Jack was talking about earlier with the screen in the background, and you see Waymond from another universe starting to do some cool things while no one's noticing. In the foreground, you have Evelyn complaining to Joy about how her stupid husband has this tax audit thing today. This woman could take everything away from them, and what does Waymond do? He makes cookies. And it's like, which in that moment, I think you could resonate with her. It's like, yeah, why do this thing for this awful person? But come the end of the film, that is such the centerpiece of this man is dealing with such horrendous life circumstances with kindness, and it can work. and
that's his whole MO, right? He even says as much.
The notion. Say again.
I mean, it's that conversation that she has when she's with her actress self, right? It's like when she meets him, and he's like, "Look, you see yourself as a fighter, and you are, but I am also a fighter. I'm a fighter that uses kindness and uses my stumbling as a way to subvert people into thinking that I'm more trustworthy or I'm easier to manipulate."
And then
I think that kind of brings into question this idea of like, maybe he's not as stupid. Like, I feel like he comes out across as the bumbling idiot, especially the version that she's with, like the one that we follow is with. But I think it's very clear by the end that he is not stupid.
There's a lot for Evelyn to learn in this film. Yeah,
I can't believe she didn't see it from the beginning, because I never had doubts that he was everything, everywhere, all at
once.
He was the best. He was, and then she's just so mean to him. And it made me not like her character.
But isn't he the one
that the growth and why we root for the growth, right?
Isn't he the one that
he's the one that filed for divorce.
Well,
can you blame him given the scenario?
Well, I guess not.
Which and I agree.
But it doesn't come across as the reason why he's doing it because she's so mean. it comes across as that he's doing it because he just feels it's best for everyone.
She's also mean.
She doesn't she at least
Doesn't listen.
as of late has
Over
not seen
people.
him
Always
for who
think
he
she
is.
she always thinks she's right. She always think it's her way or the highway. She talks over everyone.
Yes.
Doesn't listen to other people's problems. She's in her mind, she has more problems, so she is just 100% foot on the gas, and everything else gets left behind.
It's our classic, you know, Christmas Carol to harken back to a recent-ish podcast. You know, she has so much to learn, and you get to actively be with her every step of the way, every realization, all these little things adding up to her being such a transformed person by the end. There's not a single beat where I don't believe her, because she has such a tough go of it at the beginning when people are trying to inform her about this about these little things, but it comes together in the end in such a big way. And we get the big hug at the end where all the explosions are happening. It's great. But yeah,
Guys, I think any
no.
last thoughts, because we have a whole other part of this episode.
Yeah, but this is the better part of the episode. I don't know anything about the Oscars.
That's on you. See, now that is something I am prepared for and did watch.
You watched the 2026 Oscars?
Yes.
Wow. That's exciting.
Did you not?
But guys, it's a little early. But you know what it's time for?
Oh no.
It's time to
Great.
that movie. Yeah.
I can't. This is the movie that we talk about less than what we talked about last. Oh well.
Well, I mean, doesn't it help that Jack hasn't watched it in a while and can't remember a good amount of it, and you all didn't watch it.
I remembered plenty.
We haven't even talked about Raccacoonie. Raccacoonie.
Raccacoonie's iconic.
We even
10 out of 10 for Raccacoonie.
Jack alluded to his favorite comedy scene last week, and he didn't even bring it up this time.
It was the dildo. It was when the butt plug goes into.
That's so funny.
The butt plug.
That is so funny.
The butt plug. Anything involving a butt plug in a movie is more than likely going to be in my top 3 scenes.
Very important.
Doesn't matter what it's being used for. It's finding its way up. Because it's funny, because when you're looking at the desk, you see it, right? And you're like, that's a butt plug up the desk. And then you know.
Oh, that's this. I thought you were talking about the dildo scene where she turns the batons into dildos. And then
no. We're talking about the little trophies that are set up in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, I understand that. Yes.
It is a butt plug, and it's clearly a butt plug, and then it gets used later, and you're like, oh, I was waiting.
I do appreciate this is the exact moment where Jacqueline Spector enters the chats. So that's good.
Let's go.
Delightful. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Jacqueline. My favorite scene in the movie definitely wasn't the butt plug.
He has a point.
It's nailed it. Absolutely.
Iconic. I already said a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 5, perfect film. I really love this movie, and I have no notes, and yeah.
Well, you know me and how I'm not so keen on ratings. 10 out of 10, baby. Let's do it. 10 out of 10, baby. Let's go.
Justin, is that 2 real ratings in a row for you?
Did I do one? Did I do a real one last week for Hoppers?
What did you most recently do the real one for?
Wuthering. I know they did a Wuthering Heights real one.
No.
I did rankings for Wuthering Heights.
No, you did a real one recently.
Let me see what the list is. Before this was Not Just a Goof. Well, last was Hoppers, then Not Just Goof. Before that was Goat, Wuthering Heights, Parasite, Groundhog Day.
I don't know. Maybe that was just in my dream.
It could have happened. I'm trying to work on it now where I'm not crazy about doing like number system ratings for movies.
Are you thinking letters?
Like, obvious for me. Like I'll throw a 10 at this one because that's easy for me. What's that again?
What are we doing? Letters? Is that going to be your system?
I like rank. I'm starting to like the concept of rankings. I put together a list of all the movies that we've done for the podcast ranked, and this would be pretty
wild.
This would be in my top.
It's pretty high up there.
This would certainly be in my top 3. Listen, I don't know if I these. Do I like this better, more or less than Your Name? I think that's a tricky one for me.
Probably more.
No,
wait, no less.
Have you seen Your Name?
The animated film where they switch
Yeah.
bodies? Yeah, it's a good one.
I love that movie. It's
The
a
animation in
favorite.
that, the animation in that is really good. Let's see, what did I give that film? Anyway, let's get back to this one. I'm giving it a 79 out of 100.
Ooh, okay.
Getting close.
Interesting.
It's getting close to being a 4-star film. It's not there yet. I need to give it a serious sit down, no distractions, go away from me, lights are off, phone's in the other room, watch the movie, till I can really say with good faith that it gets to 4 stars. It does a lot of things good. There's just a couple things that bother me.
Mm-hmm.
I was not expecting this to show up now, but
So
this is bad.
It's time. It's time for
just roll right
that.
Time.
I might need to get a beverage though. Is that a thing?
Beverages? They're a thing in this dimension. Yeah,
Beverages are a thing in this dimension, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna be back in 2 minutes, I guess.
Okay. That is not okay.
If beverages are things, then 2-minute breaks have to be a thing, right?
Well, Jack, you have to pitch to us then what we are filling the next 2 minutes with while we're live.
Spit takes. Get a cup of water.
Okay.
And Cam has to keep the water in his mouth.
Jack, go get your beverage.
I was gonna say,
I need you gone. Please leave.
Justin, I will. Before we go on to this, I just would like to point out to anyone that is watching us live or that might be watching as it gets later in the day, we have a whole schedule today. We are going to be live streaming our reaction to the Oscars later tonight. I believe starting at 6:30 p.m. potentially, maybe even at 6 p.m. I mean, I'll be on at 6 p.m. with Seb.
I'll be joining a little bit later. There's some familial festivities, but I will be there.
And right,
be a special guest.
And right before that,
yeah,
I'll be on about an hour beforehand for about 30-45 minutes on our Patreon Discord, where I'll be holding a talk on Oscar snubs for this year, and I have watched every single feature film that was nominated for an Oscar this year. All 35 of them. It's a lot of movies.
I watched at least 4.
Is this your height? Is this the height of
Definitely not. I think it's better last year. This year will be better. I have AMC A list now, so anything's possible.
Oh, anything's possible. Yeah.
But yeah, Cameron, I don't know how I'm doing this.
Checked off.
I truly don't know how I'm going about being part of this live stream and also watching the Oscars. I'm like, what room could I do? It's not online, right? It's just
on Hulu. Isn't it on Hulu?
It's on Hulu. Okay,
I think so. Well, it's run by ABC, so that would be on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Yeah, I'll be taking a look at that. Thank you, Cameron. Thank you.
Thank you
for informing the audience.
I'm pretty sure it's on the Hulu.
You are. You're not.
No, I'm pretty sure it is.
All right, Cameron, lay this out for us. What do we got here?
We all of us put together our collective brain trusts, or actually we put in our own opinions as to who we think are going to win each of the 26 Oscar categories, I believe. And we're going to talk about it. I hope I didn't spell anything wrong.
You definitely haven't yet.
I think that says ballet.
Who are our experts? Well, it's me.
Oh, we're doing the faces. I see. Oh, they're all grumpy looking. Oh,
Justin?
Oh, that one's kind of cute. Yeah. Oh, puffy. Yeah.
Anthony, and our special guest for this year, the Otter himself,
Mr. Otterson.
Not only giving his best picture take, which he maybe was talking about the best picture nominees on our YouTube channel already. Please go ahead and watch that. It came out yesterday. But he is going to be giving a prediction for every single category.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
that's exciting. What a good honor.
First of all, we have the ones that we never talk about, which are the short films, because none of us have watched the short films. I'll just leave this up here.
So a lot of these are just based off of the titles, I suppose. Yeah. I think it's just interesting to see like Seb and Mr. Otterson agree on Jane Austen's period drama. That's something. Cameron loves two people exchanging saliva.
I've heard it's supposed to be a really, really, really good film.
Supposed to be
really, really good.
Most films are supposed to be really good. That is why they're made.
What? You mean that's why they're nominated?
No, Cameron.
I know what you meant.
Films are made to be really good, so they are supposed to be
Okay.
really good. That's the joke. It's funny.
Next up, first of all, let's boo Anthony for not
Uh,
giving me one of the categories.
Boo, boo, boom, boom, boom.
Boo.
Otterson and Seb agree again on Avatar, Fire and Ash.
Ash for best costume, which
Hold on.
yeah, that's
Could be a dark horse.
It looks like Jack and I are agreed on 2 of these 3 right here, so that's
and
exciting.
Jack and I agree on everything here.
Me and Cam basically know what's going to happen here.
I think
I
you're
mean-
doubting
I mean-
Sinners, which I hear is good.
I feel that Frankenstein does such a good job with all of these things. I mean, Jacob Elordi as Frankenstein, his makeup and hair is just so strong.
Mm-hmm.
Mia Goth's outfits throughout the film go
100%.
insane.
And just
go-
that,
they'll go-
I think the production design is gonna go to Frankenstein only because of the
All the practical sets and all the real.
yeah,
effects.
but I mean specifically the man, why am I blanking on the word?
I don't know.
The laboratory. I think
Yeah, the
that's
lab
specifically
set.
gonna be the reason
lab
why
set's
this thing
insane.
is gonna win.
the lab set's
It is
insane.
such an insane set.
And he
Yeah,
is
I
like
mean-
the GOAT. He is the best in the biz at that. And it's probably because he gets the money to do whatever he wants. He has the creative freedom to do what he wants. But like what he did with Pinocchio and stuff, like the size of some of those dolls, and just the fact that he just makes everything. They make everything.
Yeah.
Do we think that Mr. Otterson and Seb both think that all the blue people are wearing costumes in Fire and Ash?
They are wearing costumes, and those they do make those. A lot of the stuff gets made.
And they're
But
then
the
called
behind the
digital.
scenes of
They're
those movies are
digitized.
kind of crazy.
Yeah, although
It's like a different
yeah.
kind of acting.
Anyway.
Seb and Otterson agree again.
Seb and Otterson are
why does
absolutely
Otterson
locked.
believe that Jurassic World Rebirth is getting best visual effects? That's kind of insane.
It
I
would,
was
it
told
would,
that
well,
Mr.
it
Otterson
would
like-
win if not for Avatar.
Mr. Otterson really
No,
believed these
I
were
think-
dinosaurs.
Here's the thing.
Like,
You'd be
filmed in
surprised because
real.
I looked up the this has started to come out more and more recently. The amount of visual effects they did in F1 is insane.
Yeah, it still wasn't. They weren't fully believable dinosaurs. They were cars.
What?
But when you watch Jurassic Park, right? Regardless of
You
its-
realize that
it's
you
not-
realize they
you know,
used
you could think that's a real dinosaur.
I don't
Me and
but
Jack
you
straight
realize
through down. Wow.
the visual effects that are done in F1 are they basically took real F1 footage and used VFX to change all the cars like wraps essentially.
That's a lot easier
I
than
feel it is-
making up a dinosaur that you don't have footage of.
don't
And you can't manipulate because you don't have any footage.
You're
of it.
telling me you
It's all
can't
raw.
go upon the 30 years of footage of Jurassic Park and World to kind of extrapolate what what a dinosaur is going to look like? I don't know. I don't buy
No.
that as a reason.
It was
Also,
it would be it would have been my second vote, is what I'm saying.
also I
Avatar,
would like to
obviously-
know.
Fucking Seb just F1 all the way down.
Otterson
you know-
almost
you know,
agreed, but
Cargo
then
Room.
went with Jack's second
Cargo
pick.
Room, exactly. Cargo Room, like we get it.
That's
I
why
like-
Otterson likes that one.
I liked F1.
Um,
I think that I didn't need the love story, and the scene at the end after the race, I didn't really need. To be honest, the movie was long enough, and like
I think
say, but I didn't need it. And it was cool. The scenes on the road were cool, but not as cool as dinosaurs.
I agree. Dinosaurs. Next slide.
okay. I was going to talk about why Anthony thinks Frankenstein is the best sound, but and also give my pitch to why One Battle is going to win best editing.
There are a lot of scenes that are cut
You know who had?
together.
You know what movie actually had the best sound this year? It was Warfare by Alex Garland. Check it out.
I don't actually disagree with you on that. I'm surprised it didn't get nominated. I would call that a snub for this year, but I think we're just all sick of war films at this moment, and I think they just look not amazing. I mean, that's why I think there are a lot less documentaries out that are about like war stuff compared to previous years, and most of them are like 2 of the 5 are race related.
Aren't
Race
most
themes.
war films really anti-war films, though, when you think about it?
Makes you think.
Because it kind of just shows the brutality of war, and especially warfare. It's like, what was the point of it all type thing? Like, what was accomplished here? Like warfare does a really good job of it, sets it up, and it's all in the same. It's really a chamber piece in that area, and it takes you through this. This couple hours, and then at the end, you're just like, wait, what the?
Don't you ever think that maybe horror films are anti-horror films, being that the horror in the horror films is usually the bad thing in the movie? Makes you think.
Good points, guys.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm full of them.
And I would say on this other point, I feel that One Battle's editing is better than the Sinners editing, and that's the person that preferred Sinners over One Battle. Now, I think Marty Supreme is the best editing, but I don't think it's going to get best editing.
Marty Supreme was well edited. I thought One Battle After Another, also the editing was better than Sinners. I just think Sinners is going to win that category. But here's the thing. Well, I don't know. I think it is.
I think we'll talk about what I think my predictor, like what will, if because I think there's so much uncertainty right now as to who's going to win Best Picture. I think before the BAFTAs it was very clear, and then after the BAFTAs, and especially after the Actors Awards, it became a lot less clear. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But next slide. Next slide. Thank you.
Next slide.
Next.
What? We didn't have a blank.
Ooh.
Oh, I might have accidentally forgot. You did the Alabama solution, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'll check it out. That's on me.
Let's
do.
Oh man, I thought Otterson and Seb were gonna be lined up again. 3 for 3.
Well, they got 2 of 3. That's good.
I really wanted it.
You also did The Perfect Neighbor, Justin. So.
Okay. Yeah. Jack and I, we're like.
And
this.
me. The 3 of us.
Yeah, but you're further in the list, so it's harder for my eyes to move to the left.
I chose that because I remember scrolling past it on Netflix.
LOL.
I think
this is actually a very interesting race between Zootopia 2 and K-pop Demon Hunters. I don't know where it's going.
I think Zootopia 2 has a better shot.
Zootopia 2 is the highest grossing anime film of all time now? Or aside from
disagree with you.
Ninja 2?
Guys, Ninja 2 came out last year.
I just said that. I said that.
Well, not at first.
I said it before you said it.
I think Zootopia 2 is a better film. I just think K-pop Demon Hunters has been such
it's good
compared to between these two films, Jack. Between these two films, I would say Zootopia 2 is the better film.
I don't think anyone's disagreeing.
Yeah,
Jack,
K-pop Demon Hunters just has such a strong cultural impact that it's just hard to deny. I think they both do.
I think they both do.
I think they both
do. But the movie, because of the music, and I think
Golden will win the award. I'm not.
And you got to remember that Zootopia 1 already won Best Animated Feature.
Do they care?
Yeah, I mean, look at what happened.
I don't think they do. They don't
what happened to Spider-Man. The second Spider-Man, which is the better one, didn't even win because the first one won.
They really want to acknowledge Miyazaki that year.
Yeah, I think that was more of a Miyazaki lifetime achievement than a.
Yeah, it's like his 10th best movie.
But yeah, agreed. But yeah, but Across the Spider-Verse should have been nominated for Best Picture that year.
I'm with you, Justy.
It's even when Best Animated, which is kind of ridiculous.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and it's I think it's because the first one already won Best Animated Feature, so they're like they didn't feel bad giving the lifetime to Miyazaki. So, but anyway, I could see that happening here because of the impact that Demon Hunters had and the fact that Zootopia 1 already.
There's no world in which
there's no pressure on them to give it to Zootopia.
I was going to say there's no world in which Otterson is not choosing Zootopia 2. So good for him.
Yeah, that's very.
He just wants the zoo. He just wants the zoo.
Well, he likes to see them free from the zoo.
Here's the thing. I don't know, Jack. Did you watch all the international features?
I didn't watch Hinja.
Did you watch
Or
Sirat? I did
Sirat.
not like Sirat. I did
No.
not like Sirat.
So what I heard about it was that you had to watch it in theaters because the movie's all about its sound.
Oh.
I agree. I still did not like the movie in theaters.
Well, there you go.
Addison really likes.
I understand its other nomination, and I understand why it's nominated here. I just think, I mean, actually, no, I don't understand. There are other films that are better that are in international, like the German one that should have been on. I thought that was a phenomenal film this year. I think there is a world in which The Secret Agent wins. I don't think Otterson's that far off. I just think there's just so many more sentimental value nominations that if you watch this movie, if you watch this film and are like, I don't know which one to pick, I think they're going to go with Stellan Skarsgård and Ellie Fanning,
right?
And then go with sentimental value.
Easily the safe choice. Easily the safe choice.
But I think like there's so like I think the best international feature is one of those where I'm like it could go either way. But I would say that, Secret Agent had a little bit of early success. It won, Mora, I think, won the Golden Globe. And I think Secret Agent also won the Golden Globe. And then kind of sentimental value kind of took over as far as like the European awards. It kind of swept the European awards and like all that kind of stuff. So, next slide.
Imagine
Train Dreams? Train Dreams? Train Dreams.
Stop it, Otterson.
Train Dreams? Train Dreams?
Well, here's the thing. Otterson loves
No.
Train Dreams. Otterson loves Train
Otterson
Dreams.
is such a real one for the Begonia original score.
But here's the thing. I think that makes more sense than One Battle.
No, I don't think so, actually, because here's the thing about the score for One Battle that's really underrated. One Battle is a long movie, right? 2 hours and 45 minutes. Doesn't feel like a 2 hour and 45-minute movie. Now, part of that is because it's basically all about action from that start, but the score does a really good job of moving through these scenes.
But this is I don't know.
That's
but a lot of the music that's in there, I feel like all the music that makes it so powerful is also the music that is like the non original song music. It's not the original score part of it.
Maybe
it's like Marty Supreme the same way. Marty Supreme is such a strong musically not because it's original score, or not because of the original score, but because of all the
80 synth jams.
Music that the 80 synth music that it uses.
Yep, 80 synth jams. Baby.
Even though the movie doesn't take place in the 80s, that's a different issue. So I would put Begonia above One Battle as far as score, in my opinion.
I basically put Begonia above everything on everything. Actor,
Mr. Otterson
actor, go ahead and toss it to Jesse. Best picture.
So you know what?
Begonia score, Begonia. Best. Wait, no. Supporting actor is Jesse Plemons' brother in the film. That kid. Just
so good.
Devastatingly underrated role. He was incredible.
When we talk about the screenplays,
he's the heart of that film.
The fact that Otterson, it's Marty Supreme is kind of depressing because I thought the book of Marty Supreme was absolutely terrible. I thought it's not well written at all.
Say that he was so excited by the Supreme Marty. He was inspired.
I will give you. I think Blue Moon deserves a lot more love, even though I think I understand why it doesn't get as much love. But I love those kinds of pieces, and I think the whole cast is strong and the writing is strong. I think the camera is its weakest point, and its editing is pretty weak too. Which is why I think it gets less love. But I think the book is so strong.
From room to room and Blue Moon, they could have done more with.
Yeah, I think there could have been a lot more camera-wise. There's one or two shots in the movie that I'm really impressed by.
It's just not yet. There's not that many. The shot composition's not that interesting.
No.
It's center framing on whoever's talking a lot of times.
And I'm like that's fine. It is Linkler, which he is a legend, but I feel this should have been a play. That's what this feels like to me.
It does feel like it could have been a good play.
I think Ethan Hawke on stage in this, but yeah, I think
Ethan Hawke loves to act live. He just had a project a year ago.
And then but yeah, I think Sinner's is going to win original screenplay. I think it's going to be Coogler can't win director, so he's going to win the screenplay award for this film kind of award. Yeah. And then for best adaptive, I don't know who thinks that either Frankenstein or Train Dreams deserves the nomination, because I think they're both piss poor scripts.
The script of Train Dream is probably its weakest part. Well, at least
the acting isn't that amazingly strong either, and I think the camera uses the scenery as a crutch for its cinematography.
It's a pretty cool crutch.
Yeah, but then here's my thing. If you're going to award the camera use, then actually give me interesting camera and not just, oh, well, I put this in a pretty place, therefore it's great camera work. I'm like, that's a cop-out.
Yeah, but the way that, I don't know. Yes and no. The way that it shoots the trees sometimes is super interesting.
But I think Train Dreams just itself is a very poor story. And I think
the only one who got this category right in terms of picking the best adaptive screenplay was Justin with Begonia.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, I didn't choose what I think should win, which seems to be what Seb did. I chose what is going to win. And I think right here,
I also think
original, I think for original and adaptive, I think the whole discourse around this Oscars is Sinners versus One Battle. I think it's obviously, that's a no-brainer, right?
Well, as someone who's not seen Sinners nor Begonia, I felt very strongly about my picks.
You still haven't seen Begonia?
No.
Do you just hate me?
I honestly, I'm sure I'd like it. I just have. If I had A-List when it was in theaters, I would have seen it already, but I didn't. And now I could be movie expert. Now I could be big brain. Next slide.
Big brain. Best cinematography, best director. I got to be honest with you.
Fascinating. We're all across the board here. This is
all
exciting.
Over the place. I went for who I think is going to win versus who I think should win. One Battle won the cinematographer's award at their union awards this year. It's been a battle between them, and I think they also won best camera at the BAFTAs. So I think that's who's going to win. I think that otherwise I would have given it to Sinners. It'd be the first female to win camera, which is a very exciting prospect. But yeah, I think I don't know. I didn't even think the camera. I thought the last scene of camera that everyone was like, "Oh, this is so good." Like I thought it was. That was my
Cargo Vroom.
Well, Cargo. That's how I feel the whole last scene of One Battle goes.
I thought it was
I got roasted for that. I thought I got roasted for that.
And I will continue to roast you for that. Yeah.
Because it's not just when they're going over the hills. Like it starts before that. It starts right when Chief Redcorn frees her and she gets in that car, handcuffed and takes off, and like there's like the camera's like on the door of the car and it like slams shut with you, and it just takes you from there.
Yeah.
And there's some good in between it, like the scene where Leo stops and talks to the Mexicans working the banana stand, and he's like,
"Yeah, it's pretty funny."
Oh, it's so good.
It
is a little dizzying, but I enjoyed it when I saw it, and I remember driving home, and me and my cousin were like, "That's all we were talking about."
Yeah. That's not what I wanted to do.
Whoopsie.
I think Frankenstein gets a lot more love than it should. I think Marty Supreme gets a lot more love than it should.
You're so grumpy. You need your own Christmas Carol.
No, I think he's right. I think Frankenstein is overhyped. I get it from the production stuff, the technical stuff, the hair and makeup and the production, but it doesn't belong in Best Picture.
I'm surprised F1 doesn't get nominated for Best Cinematography.
Yeah, it was way better than Frankenstein, that's for sure.
Yeah, so I don't know.
What was interesting about the Frankenstein cinematography?
Otterson and I disagree theoretically. If we were to watch it,
about the Frankenstein cinematography, there was nothing impactful of it. There was no shots even where you're like, "Oh, that's really cool." No. Like the sets were really cool, the costumes were really cool.
Right, and I think that, but that's the reason why I think Train Dreams is such a train wreck too. Is like I'm like, well, this is not worthy of camera. It's the same exact thing. It's like you just got the Pacific Northwest woods, and because of that, you can make some very beautiful shots with that if you just place it properly. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't. And like we were talking about this before, but Jeff says, not all that it's not always about the most deserving is the winner. And I'm like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the Oscars are super reactive, I feel.
So, touching on what Jeff said, Cam. So, if you think if PTA gets director, do you think that's a lifetime achievement, or do you think he earned it for that film?
I think it's a lifetime. I think I think the industry chatter that I keep hearing, that I keep reading about, essentially it's his time. Because this isn't PTA's best film. I'm sorry.
No, it's still maybe the best film of this year.
I don't agree with that. I also think that Chloe Zhao should get this directing Oscar and not. But she already got one for Nomadland, which I felt was undeserving.
Yeah, Nomadland is.
But I thought Hamnet made me cry. Hamnet made me feel.
Is that best film of the year, Cam?
No. I did my ranking. My top Hamnet's number 3 on my list of the best pictures.
I would
number
like your
2
number
is
1
Sinners.
so I can watch the best film of the year if it's not One Battle.
Begonia.
The Secret Agent.
All right, I'll watch those two, and I'm gonna watch those two. I love
that movie.
I'll watch those 2 movies, and I'll let you 2 know which one of you is correct.
I also think The Secret Agent should have gotten a camera nomination. I thought the camera in that was so creatively done. It's
but
like you started this opening on a as it like moves down to the car. I think it's one of the most brilliant films that I've seen this past year.
I do love One Battle so much that I could see my opinion sticking with that, but we will see.
No, Justin,
I'll keep an open mind.
It goes Begonia, and then Eddington, and then One Battle after another, and then
Eddington was not that great of a film. You are loving a movie that doesn't deserve that much love.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
So much more love than it got.
Eddington barely goes in my top 20.
No.
Does Deserve really have a place in
that's fair
in art discussion?
It's number 2.
I guess.
Number 2. It's gonna be looked back on fondly throughout history. It's just gotta take its time. And then number 3 is One Battle. Number 4 is Hamnet. And then number 5, the crowd favorite, Weapons.
I wasn't that high on Weapons.
Me neither. You're the only one in the podcast group that was even remotely interested in Weapons. No one else had seen it in our group.
I liked it. I wasn't crazy about it.
Watched it twice, loved it twice.
It was a solid 7 out of 10 for me. Weapons. I think that's a moment where the goofiness of the end does not help its cause. I think it's too goofy.
I was into it enough. I honestly, I was less into it once we start explaining why things are happening. I was more intrigued by the mystery vibe up until we start getting.
But we will talk about Weapons in just a little bit, guys. First, we got to talk about the.
We will. Oh, right, it is there.
I mentioned earlier this category is a sham.
I don't know if I agree with that.
It's a sham.
I mean, yes, I agree that I think Sentimental Value should have maybe been nominated. I would put it over Marty Supreme. I think because I think even Timothée Chalamet isn't like I thought his portrayal of Bob Dylan is better than this.
Timmy Cha-Cha Slides.
And the other sad part is that Odessa, who should have been nominated, was not nominated for an award. Because I thought she was the star of that film, like performance-wise. Yeah. But I can see why One Battle would win it. But I wouldn't be surprised if Sinner wins it because everyone thinks that One Battle is going to win Best Picture, and they want to give Sinners some sort of love, and therefore Sinners gets Best Casting. But we'll see. It's a new category. I think Hamnet. You can get an argument for why Hamnet should get it as well. I can understand that. I think that's a great cast. Everyone around there. Yeah. I think the only ones that I wouldn't
cast Eddington. Phoenix, Emma Stone, Butler. Wait, I know this. Brain.
Emma Stone was in Eddington? Oh yeah, she was. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Dodoy Cameron.
What's the other guy? Oh my God, he's the Mandalorian. Why is my brain going?
Joaquin Phoenix. You mean Pedro Pascal? Joaquin
Pedro
Phoenix. Those two.
Pascal.
Next slide.
That movie had really good casting, but people don't. We're not ready to have that conversation yet, I guess. So next slide.
If we can have that conversation real quick. I disagree. End of conversation.
Oh, good conversation.
I thought Eddington was okay.
We're talking
I
about
thought it went too far.
casting.
Yeah, and I thought the cast was pretty good, but I think it was. I don't know. I think the casting of these 5 were better.
Wow.
No.
I think that's a little problematic.
Certainly not the casting in Begonia, because the Begonia cast is basically perfect. It's a perfect film. I've given it 4.5 twice. I think next time I watch it, I'm gonna bump it to a 5.
Glad that you already know this. Actress in a lead role. I wouldn't be surprised. I would be surprised if it's not Jessica Buckley. Who the heck is it?
If it's not Jessica Buckley, it's going to be Rose Byrne. Unfortunately, it's a one-horse race.
I really enjoyed If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. I really enjoyed that film.
It was so good, and she was better than Jessie Buckley for me.
I disagree. No, that's your opinion for you, maybe, but for me, no.
It was such a more subtle job, and she showed a lot more range for me in her performance of like going from stressed to aloof to scared to mad. Jessie Buckley just went from being a weirdo who lived in the woods and had a pet falcon to screaming.
I don't know. I think especially the whole ending where they're in the Globe Theater. If you can't take, I think that's one of the best acted scenes this year. Period.
Yeah, but before that,
I think she's strong before that too. Don't get me wrong, but I think that seals it. As far as support, go ahead.
No, that's fine. I made my point.
I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be sad if Rose Byrne's get it. Let me put it that way. I just don't think it's.
Cameron, are there any categories where we chose different people?
Yeah, editing we chose different. There's a few, like 3 or 4.
Okay.
There's like 3 or 4.
To the next.
Best actress supporting.
Supporting is Amy or We Riot.
What about the one I put down from that movie I definitely saw?
That's not even the better of the 2 that was nominated in that category. That's the sad part.
I see where you're coming from.
She's not a good actress. I'm sick of pretending that she is.
I don't even think she's that bad. I just feel that there's better. Like both of the Norwegian actresses are so brilliant. I don't know.
On to the next.
No, Amy Madigan. We're not giving Amy her flowers, you cowards.
You already did. You just did that.
I think she did a really good job. I don't personally, it is not the pick that I would give on my ballot.
Who would you give?
Ingeborg, I think her name is.
She was the sister, right? She was great.
Correct. Yeah, I think it's her.
But she had a lot. So here's the thing: she had a lot of screen time. Amy only had like 13 or 15 minutes of screen time, and her performance. First of all, it was the only one nominated from her film. Only thing that was nominated from the entire film was her performance, right?
What else do you nominate in that movie?
Camera work, obviously.
No.
And the score, obviously. Oh my God!
I don't know.
I just remembered how Tron was robbed for score.
Yeah, Tron was robbed for score too. I always forget that.
Oh my God! I just remembered.
It wasn't gonna win because Sinners was gonna win regardless.
We're given a nomination. Goodness gracious!
Yeah, I agree.
Wowzers! I just remembered that.
That none of the 9 Inch Nails songs get Best Original Song. That's kind of surprising too.
How could they?
Yeah.
It's almost like some movies just get forgotten.
Here's the
thing. Some indie movies just get stomped on. It's rough.
You know, these low budget, studios that are trying to make their way in the world.
Shame.
The Walt Disney Corporation. I'd never heard of them before.
No.
I think it's.
It's a guy in his garage working in South Florida.
Wow.
Next.
I would also no. I need to make one more point about
No, you
supporting male
don't.
actress.
Why are you just
Yes, I
blasting us
do.
through this? God forbid you let us riff.
I don't think Teyana Taylor could win this. I do see a world in which Runmi Mosaku does win this category.
Doesn't
as well.
undeserved. That would be atrocious.
I'm not. That is not what I said. That is not what I'm arguing.
But it's what you believe in your heart because it's the third of Amy and Inga and her. She's clearly 3. So to jump both of them,
but I don't.
Be
but I think
disaster. It would be. It would be.
But I think. But
stain on the category.
I think. No, I don't. Okay, no. That's taking it too far. I think Inga is not getting her flower. Going to get her flowers because she's too young, and I think she needs more legs in the industry. I think Wumi, if Sinners has a good night, then I think that tips the scales for Wumi. Otherwise, I think it's Amy Madigan.
Right, but here's the problem with your argument. Amy carried her film, whereas Wunmi was carried by her film. She's only so good because everyone else around her was so good. Delroy was so
I
good.
don't know.
Miles was so good. MBJ was so good. And it's like she was like the 4th or 5th best performance in that film.
But would she beat the but everything you just mentioned were men. Is she the strongest female performance of that film? I would say so.
Maybe.
Because I think Haley Steinfeld is not as good as she is. I wouldn't say that she's bad. But I also would say that I forget what her name is, the Chinese the Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
That she was good but not as good as Wumi. Like I think she's the best actress in that film. I think she's a lot of good male.
Just because you're in the movie Sinners doesn't mean you should get a nomination, and that's what it feels like. We're talking.
Sure. Sure, but I think
the
win comes off of a movement that is momentum if it happens.
Right.
I think there's because she won the BAFTA. Wumi won the BAFTA. So I don't think
she's British.
Sure, but Sean Penn wins the best actress. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if she wins this. But I think if that happens,
it's like
if that happens, I think Sinners has a great night.
Yeah. Also, about here's a gimme award.
But that being said, same thing with Delroy. If Delroy, because Delroy's gonna be one of the earlier ones of the night. If Delroy wins,
I thought Delroy's performance was way better than hers. I still think about him sometimes. I never think about her.
I will just say I think Sean Penn's gonna win the supporting actor.
If Delroy, he's also not showing up.
Is he really not showing up?
He's not showing up.
Why?
Because he doesn't give a shit.
Doesn't feel like it. Yeah. I would say Sean Penn gives the best performance about a supporting actor. I think that is one of the ones that I've always felt pretty confident about, like deserving.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But the chatter that I keep now hearing is because I don't think Stellan Skarsgård is going to get it. Like as much as I'd love for him to get it, I think I would have put him over Sean Penn in my personal ranking once I saw Sentimental Value, and I also think that again, it's another Lifetime Achievement Award kind of thing, but it's one that I feel is kind of deserving.
Big minutes for
Delroy. If Delroy wins, because usually the best supporting actor usually comes very, very early, the first or second award in the show. If Delroy wins, I think Sinners will win Best Picture. That's going to be the earliest indicator of who's going to win.
Yeah, that means people were just voting down ballot at that point. You're like,
but that's what they do all the time, especially.
Okay, here we go. You're right though. If Delroy wins,
I'm not saying that that's right, but I think
One Battle fans are gonna have a long night.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, 100%. Because then I think all the categories. Because then I think
they'll just win.
Kubrick could win Best Director.
Oh yeah.
So
MBJ's winning,
and I think. And then I also think for lead actor, I mean the YouTube did Timothy Chalamet. Yeah, I think that ship has sailed.
Timmy Cha-Cha Slides?
Why?
He hasn't won any. I think because Michael B. Jordan just in the SAG Awards overtook him. And especially with what happened at the BAFTAs, I think he's being looked at as now it's his time versus Timothy's.
You might not notice this. The Oscars, they're a different thing than the other things.
Yes.
I'm not. Yes, I know, but a lot of very similar voting blocks.
But what if no?
Yeah. What?
Here's the thing: the Oscars haven't happened yet, so.
What's that argument? I'm really confused. Yeah, that's what we're trying to predict who wins the Oscar.
But I've seen Marty
Am I
Supreme.
being goofed on my own show?
I've seen
on this,
Marty
on
Supreme,
this show?
And I haven't seen Sinners, and there's probably like a bigger universe.
Wait, you haven't seen
reason for
Sinners?
I haven't seen anything.
No,
I
I'm
already
gonna
told
not. I don't think that either of them deserve.
I was serious when I said I've seen like
Who
4
deserves it,
movies
Leo?
that are
Or
Oscar
Leo?
nominated. Maybe
Or
like
is it Jesse
5.
Plemons? Jesse Plemons deserves it. That's who deserves it.
I mean, I don't disagree with. I think if Jesse Plemons were on this list, I might have wanted him more than Wagner Moria. I don't think Timothy should have been nominated. I did not like that movie, and I felt his acting was really good, but wasn't as generational as I think everyone's calling it out to be.
It almost feels like he's playing himself at times.
Which I don't hate. Joaquin Phoenix won an Oscar for that same exact for playing himself. Essentially, I don't mind that. I just feel the movie, his acting is fine. But I also feel, but here's the other thing, right? And I think this is the important part. I feel like in Marty Supreme, I feel like it's Timothy Chalamet playing Marty. I think it's Smoke and Snack played by Michael B. Jordan. I see Michael B. Jordan a lot less in his role in Smoke and Snack versus Timothy Chalamet and Marty Supreme. And I think if you can really pull yourself away as an actor and become the role instead of just being that role and playing that role, I think that says a lot about your performance.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But here's the problem with my Smoke and Stack thing. They, at least on my first watch, the characters weren't different enough for me to know the difference a lot of times if one of them wasn't wearing red and the other one wasn't wearing blue. Which is also
there's a big enough of a difference.
Which is why they had to dress them up, one of them with a red and one of them with a blue, because I think they realized that, I don't know. It's just like, no,
they dress them up differently because they're different people and they would have different,
right? But they weren't just dressed differently. One is red and blue. You know, it's like it's a Mario and Luigi thing. Red and green.
Mario and Luigi is red and green.
Well, it's the same concept though. They're wearing the same outfit, just different colors. On my second watch, I did start to pick up on the differences in the characters. But I know for my first time in theaters, like if you had paused it and been like, is that Smoke or Stack? I would have been like, ugh.
I would have said, I don't know. I'm terrible with names. So, but I can tell you, but they're different. I can see they're different.
They are different. And I've watched it twice now and I see it now. It's just on my first watch. That was
but I think that Michael B. Jordan gives a lot better of a performance than any that we give him credit for, personally.
Oh, it was still good.
But I also feel it's better than Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, but maybe.
But I think that Marty Supreme has started ranking lower and lower on my list of best pictures since I watched it. Like it started at like an 8, 7, and it's now down to like a 9 or 10 out of the 10 films. Like I just keep thinking about that film and how like much better it could be. I'm like, well, like and then for best picture,
Justin blank.
Okay, Justin, I swear you put something in here and I wrote it in here and I don't know why it's not in here.
You hate me.
That's on me.
Tell us. I must have put one battle.
I can check. You did put in one battle. Why it's not on here, I don't know.
I watched that one. Therefore, it's the good one.
Point for Anthony.
The fact that I think the Marty Supreme makes more sense than Train Dreams. I think that Train Dreams is just.
Honestly, I think Seb was trying to go like 0 for 25 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you know how they say it's harder to get a 0 on a test than it is to like get 100. You know,
that's a point that's made in Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe Seb was like seeing like, let's see if I can get 0 right. Now let's see what the human brain is really capable of.
I think we'll see later, if that's possible. Don't forget to join us later today, guys, for our coverage of the Oscars. I know Justin will make an appearance. Jack, will you join us at some point throughout the
Yeah,
night?
I'll pop in. Just have the link in the
For
chat.
sure. I'll put it in the group.
the
Yeah,
I'll pop
yeah.
in. I'll pop in.
Seb will be joining us later as well.
What time does that start?
It starts at. We're gonna be going live at 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh my god, that's 5 hours from now. I might be asleep by then.
Real.
And then right before that, we will be doing a Patreon exclusive stream, which I'm really excited for. So
Space.
join our Patreon. But anyway, folks, thank you so much for watching this extra long episode of the Cat Gun Podcast.
What's next week's film? We got to plug it.
We do. Cameron knows what it is.
I totally remember.
It's got to be Braveheart eventually.
Braveheart's the end of the month. There's one before Braveheart's.
Braveheart's the end of the month.
Next month is a theatrical movie.
Oh, it's Project Hail Mary. We're all going to see it together.
There you go, baby.
Let's go. Let's go.
We got four pod mates going out to see the film Saturday night.
That's
Friday night, Thursday night. Thursday.
Yeah, we'll be doing, guys, so excited. Our next 3 episodes, I think next 3 episodes are going to be in person.
In theory.
So, and in practice.
In theory. Yeah.
Is everyone coming to my house?
I would be so down.
We can set up at your place if you want. As long as you let us.
Probably one of them. It's going to be, easier than me lugging a baby around.
Cool. Then let's do it in Asbury Park.
We can do one.
Justin, we're taking a walk in Asbury
Park. There's so much to do and see. Is that how it goes? I bring that song up to people often.
Iconic. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Join us later on Discord, and then join us a little later here on YouTube for our Oscar live reaction. This has been an Oscar live predicting and everything everyone's episode of the Capcom Podcast. I'm Cameron.
I'm Justin.
Sir Spanks here. You guys just have a blessed day.
Hooray.
And we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.